Oh my gosh, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. And I see now my camera is reversed. Everything is in the wrong order. I am so sorry for all the problems and the challenges. I am 15 minutes late. How ridiculous is that? And excuse me while I'm looking around to see if I can't fix stuff still. This is crazy. Have I ever had such a problem before? Have I ever had such a problem before? This is crazy. But hello, everybody. So it seems like my StreamYard is the problem tonight. So I've had to do this without StreamYard. And you know me, I like my StreamYard. I need my StreamYard. But anyway, we are StreamYard-less tonight. Hello and welcome to all of you. Welcome. I have got some cards here, but the other problem that we're going to have is now it's backwards. So you're going to have to trust me when it comes to reading. You have no idea how busy my day has been. It has been crazy, crazy, crazy busy. And then, of course, I was sitting in the lounge. I'd had my supper and everything. I thought, all right, it's 6:45. Let me come into the room and get myself ready. And then the wheels fell off the bus. The wheels. So I'm not going to be able to highlight your messages. I'm not going to be able to do any of the fancy stuff I usually do. So guys, you're going to have to just be with me tonight. I hope the connection is okay, at least. Nate, hello and welcome. Tanya, Tracy, Cece, Safanelli, it's so nice. Samantha, I see you here as well. It's so lovely. It's so lovely to have you all here. Claire, hello. You're not late, my darling. I'm the one that's late. You're on time, actually. I'm the one that's running very, very late tonight. So like I said, guys, this is not our normal setup. And I have no idea how this is all going to go down tonight, but bear with us. Bear with us. We're going to figure it out and we're going to make it happen. Live Wednesday night lives. You know, we normally just sail through Wednesday nights, don't we? Wednesday nights. Oh, hello, Shannon. Hello, my darling. Nice to see you. How did that happen? Have you joined the membership? Or have I done something? Have I done something? OMG, I probably have. But hello, Shannon, my darling. It's so nice to see you join us. And I hope you are well, my darling. I hope you are well. All right, so I have a deck of cards in my hand. Like I said to you, I'm not going to be able to highlight and put on screen the messages like I usually do because I don't have my usual setup tonight. Computer troubles and all of that stuff. And the screen is backwards. But I have a deck of cards. And when we have a deck of cards, we shall do some readings. I'm so excited, so excited. So hello to everybody. I hope I've managed to see everybody and that I've said hi to everybody. I do actually have the old chat open still, so I should be able to read the comments and the questions, but otherwise let's just go through and see how everybody is doing while I shuffle some cards. So Sugantha, hello. I don't know if I said hello to you. Cece, hello, my darling. Nice to see you. Safanelli, hello. She says, thank God for the problem. I made it here. I'm like feeling all stressed because of the computer challenges starting so late, but I'm glad that you've made it anyway, my darling. I'm glad that you've made it. I hope everybody's finding the new chat, the new stream. I don't know what the words are. Oh, thanks, Lee. I don't know if you found it yet, if you're here, but thanks. I see Lee has sent some people this way from the previous chat. So I'm going to get started with the readings. You guys know the drill. You know, I'm shuffling cards. We're going to draw some cards on your questions. Put your questions into the chat, and let's see what we can do for you. Let's see how we can assist and help on this fabulous Wednesday evening. Tracy Swanepoel, I think your question is the first one that I can see. So let's have a look and see what comes through. I'm glad you've sorted out your, what's the word I'm looking for? Account? I don't know. You found the one that I was referring to. That's good. I'm glad to see that. Tracy says, please can I have a message, re Janine? Okay, let's see what's going on with Janine. Tracy says, since I told her we sold, she has totally blocked me. Yeah. You know what, my darling? Before I've even drawn cards, I'm going to say to you with regards to Janine, it's purely a jealousy thing, because let's be honest, her life is not fabulous. Her life is complicated, it's stressful, it's all of those kind of things. So she's feeling very stressed. She's feeling very jealous. She's feeling a little bit, unhappy that everything's working out for you, that you've got happiness and sunshine and roses. Oh, and she doesn't. I don't know how this is going to work, because now that's backwards for me. Let's just see. All right. So what I have for you, I need to move things over. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm seeing on the camera, on my computer screen, and what I'm seeing here is reversed, and it's freaking my brain out. So I'm going to do it that way, so that when I look on on the computer screen, it's in the right order. Oh, my hands don't work. Okay, so what we've got here, Tracy, for your situation here at the moment is definitely this this level of competition, this level of jealousy, this level of trying to outdo you. You must understand that the circumstances, even though your lives are so different and we can't compare apples with apples, she is doing that. She is comparing apples with apples. And she's like trying to fix herself, fix her life, fix her circumstances. But she doesn't want to see you succeed until she has succeeded, because it's all about the ego, and it's all about her life lessons, because that's why we've got the Hierophant coming through for her here. So Tracy, it's really a simple situation of her not really understanding her own circumstances and not wanting to really deal with her own life. So it's easier to point fingers at you. It's easier to make you out to be the bad person instead of reflecting on herself. So it is very sad, because I know that she's a really good friend of yours, and I know that she means a lot to you. But in all honesty, when I look at these two cards, which don't want to stand straight for me, when I look at these two cards, it's really a case of it's all on her. Okay, this is all about her. This is all about her sadness, her unhappiness, her challenges and problems that she's experiencing in life. This is not about you at all. Okay, so give her time to deal with whatever it is that she needs to deal with. Give her time to process whatever it is that she needs to process. Give her time to comprehend, and let her stew in her own juices, if I may put it that way. All right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to navigate this particular situation. I know it's hard sore for you, because she is a friend and you do love her and you do care for her. But at this stage, I'm going to advise you to just step back. Just step back, let her deal with and process and handle her own emotions. And once she's figured herself out, you'll find that she'll be more open to connecting and chatting. But at the moment, I think it's hitting her hard. It's hitting her hard in her heart at the fact that you are happy and successful and moving forward with your life, and she isn't. All right. Lots of love and blessings to you and to her, my darling, and to her. Don't stop loving her. Okay, don't throw in the towel and don't stop loving her. Just recognize that she's suffering, and when she is suffering, instead of dealing with it in the right way, it's easier to just point fingers at you, and it's easier to just make you out to be the baddie, if I can put it that way. All right, so lots of love and blessings to you, Tracy. Then there's Samantha's message saying hello, and Tanya. So let's see. My hubby may have opportunity in Cape Town for a 1-year contract. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. Is it too risky? Also, if it does happen, it has to be ASAP. So anxious about house sale and paying double rents. All right. So let's have a look, Tanya. Let's have a look. So situation for hubby, 1-year contract to shift and relocate to Cape Town. The logistics, the logistics. I am going to say to you while I'm shuffling though, Tanya, I am going to say to you that even though it's only a 1-year contract, even though it seems like it's a temporary situation, when that 1 year is up, and that card has to go there, when that 1 year is up, it won't be difficult for him to find a second opportunity, another opportunity. And in all honesty, I have to say to you, without actually even looking here, now that I have looked there, you'll find that the 1 year opportunity will become a 2 year, become a 3 year, become a continuation. Because let's be honest, when they see him, when they get to know him, they're just going to love him, because that's how it goes. Okay. That's just how it goes. So Tanya, what I see for you here in the cards is, the first card we have is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is, the decision is already made. Now it's just the steps to get there. Now it's just the action to make it happen, to make it unfold. So everything's already in motion. Everything's already as it needs to be. And it's just a case of hubby needing to take the steps. So it's almost like, to be quite cheeky in the way that I say it, it's almost like it's a no-brainer. Okay, it's a no-brainer that this needs to happen. It's a no-brainer that he needs to do this. Then what we have here is the Strength card. So you're saying that you're worrying about having to pay 2 rents. You're worrying about selling this side and relocating, because there is a lot that needs to take place in order for this situation to happen. The Strength card the Strength card is reminding you that as long as you guys are keeping your wits about you, as long as you are keeping strong and confident in what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, we can find a way. But you are going to have to dig deep. You are going to have to dig deep within yourself to make it happen. But in all honesty, I don't see that as a problem. I truly don't see that as a problem. I think actually that we're gonna cope with this absolutely fine. It's not going to be a challenge at all to make it happen. There is going to be obviously a lot of stuff that needs to be done and a lot of figuring out. But you know what? Figure it out as you go. If he needs to be there immediately, if he's on a short time frame in order to accept it, let him go. You and the others can stay behind and tidy up and fix up and resolve and clear up before we go. And as far as paying 2 rents go, I don't see it as a problem. And again, we've got the Three of Wands. I'd bring it closer for you to see the keyword, but it's not going to work because the camera's reversed. But the Three of Wands here is about vision, and this is the dream. So maybe this 1 year contract is a little cherry from spirit, a little handout from spirit, a little piece of guidance from spirit to say, go, here's your opportunity. Figure out the details as it unfolds, as it happens. You know, if we wait in life for everything to be perfect, nothing will ever work. Nothing will ever happen in the way that it needs to. So this is really telling you to grab the opportunity with both hands and make it work. Find a way of making it work. All right. Lots of love and blessings to both of you. I'm so sad to see you go, but I'm so excited. It's like, it's crazy. I shouldn't be so excited for you, because that means I'm, losing a friend. But Cape Town's just on the other end of a phone call. On the other end of a phone call. So sending you lots of love, my darling. Lots of love. I'm not scrolling down in the chat, everybody, because then I'm going to lose my space. So we're having to be very simple tonight because my system is broken. Right. Nate. Hello, Nate. Hello, Nate. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I scrolled and I broke stuff. I scrolled and I broke stuff. Where's Nate? I've lost you. Never found it. All right. So Nate says, whenever it is time, I will take whatever message. Well, guess what, Nate? It is time. You know what? I really need to try and change this camera because my brain doesn't work in reverse. So just give me 1 second. I want to try something. Just give me 1 second. I think the face cam is fine. It's this one that needs to swap. It's this one. Can I do it there? It doesn't look like I can do it where I thought I could do it. So just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Switching that off for a second. No, I thought it would work there. I thought it would work there, but it doesn't work there. No, I thought I was being clever. I'm not being clever. All right, let me stop being clever and let me focus on what Nate needs to know. All right. So frustrating when things are not your normal, whatever it is that you're normally used to, isn't it? All right. So Nate says, whenever it is time, I will take whatever message Spirit has for me to hear at this time. So let's see. Message for Nate, please, Spirit. What does Nate need to know? What is important and significant for Nate tonight, today, because it's good. It's middle of the day for Nate. I remember. Message for Nate, please, Spirit. What is important and significant? Okay. I'm happy with that shuffle. Cutting the cards. Card number 1 for Nate. I am sorry, Nate. 3 of Swords. Card number 2 that we have is the Ace of Energy, the Ace of Wands, and then we have the 9 of Swords. All right, so Nate, let's move the cards where you can see them. I know it's reversed on the camera, but just bear with me because I have to see in the right order. So card number 1 for you, Nate, is the 3 of Swords. You know that the 3 of Swords is the card of heartache and sorrow. So there's clearly something that you're struggling with at the moment. There is something that is not feeling fabulous, not working great for you, something that's causing a little bit of pain and discomfort, a little bit of sorrow, a little bit of hardship, a little bit of difficulties for you in your life at the moment. And I know that you are a very sensitive soul. I know that you are a very kind and generous individual, but with a sensitive soul. In other words, you're an empath and you pick up on other people's feelings and other people's disappointments and hurts and discomforts and all of those kind of things. But there's definitely something that you are struggling with at the moment. It's almost like this hardship, this struggle, this difficulty that you're going through, it's almost like it's creating a desire to do something. It's almost like it's creating this feeling inside of you to try something new, to do something out of the ordinary, to climb outside of your comfort zone. But it's like you're afraid to step into that, because what happens if it goes wrong? What happens if it doesn't work out the way it needs to? What happens if it's a little bit chaotic and a little bit all over the place? Okay. And then there it is. There is the fear. There is this insecurity, this doubt, and this fear of, so we've got a problem, we've got a challenge, we've got a hardship that you're struggling with. It's creating a need within you to do something about it, to fix it, to mend it, to improve it, to rectify, to all of that. But it's your fear and your doubts and your insecurities that are holding you back. So in all honesty, the message for you tonight, Nate, is whatever it is that you're struggling with, whatever it is that's causing you a little bit of heartache, pain, and discomfort, you need to sit head on. You need to tackle it head on. Don't allow your fears and insecurities of how it will work, when it will work, if it will work. Don't let those restrict you and hold you back. It's definitely time for you to embrace it and do whatever needs doing to repair the broken heart. Sending you so much love, Nate. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that guides you and gives you whatever you need to deal with whatever is causing and creating the heartache. Sending you so much love. Okie dokie. Oh, Shannon, you are the sweetest, my darling. I will get onto your question or your little something in a bit. I'm just wondering what I've done that you are able to not chat, but to watch. I don't know what I've done. Samantha, my darling, it's your turn, Samantha. I hope you are well, and I hope you're having an amazing week. So Samantha says, please may I have a general message from Spirit. Let's have a look, Samantha. What is the general message from Spirit for you tonight? What is the general message for Samantha tonight, please, Spirit? Anything that Samantha needs to know, anything that is important and significant. Okay. Happy with the shuffle. I have been shuffling cards all day today. It's amazing. Oh, we got the Hierophant again. Okay. So I'm putting it on my first side. All right. So when I look at this for you, Samantha, let me bring the cards hopefully into the middle of the screen. So this is Spirit saying to you that you're going through a process of learning, a process of exploration, a process of understanding in your life at the moment. Everything might feel a little bit topsy-turvy, okay? Samantha, things might not feel as if they're perfectly straight or perfectly aligned or perfectly the way that they need to be. Everything may be feeling a little bit, like I say, all over the place, a little bit all up in the air, a little bit all crazy. But the Hierophant is saying to you, just take it in your stride. Okay, don't overcomplicate anything. Try and keep things as simple and effective as you possibly can. Don't put too much thought or too much energy or too much anything into it. Just sort of take things in your stride, and as it happens and as it unfolds and as it comes around for you. Don't overcomplicate anything, especially areas or challenges or problems that you may be experiencing. It is important, though, for me to have a sip of water. Maybe that's why everything's gone wrong tonight, because I don't have my tea. I've got water tonight. And normally by now I've got a cold cup of tea, but I've only got water tonight. Um, so Samantha, the second card for you, Princess of Wands, and the Princess of Wands is about having the courage to explore, having the courage to take things deeper, having the courage to get to the bottom. So whatever it is that you're going through in life at the moment, just take it at face value. Take it as a lesson, as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to explore. But don't overcomplicate anything. But definitely ask questions. Definitely probe further. Allow yourself the opportunity to fully experience the emotion, the situation, the circumstance, okay? Because this is definitely a clear sign of quite a big growth period that you're going through, Samantha, quite a big growth period from an emotional, psychological, mental, physical, spiritual point of view. So embrace it, take it all on. When things seem like a little bit crazy, a little bit all over the place, just remind yourself that it's all a lesson, and all you have to do is go through the motions. All right. Lots of love and blessings, Samantha. Sending you lots and lots and lots of love. And I hope that makes sense. And I hope that helps you in whatever it is that you are dealing with in your life at the moment. Awesome. Claire, you are next, my darling. You are next. Tammy, hello, my darling, and welcome. Tracy B, I didn't say hello to you. Hello, hello. I'm just reading some of the comments further down. Tanya was saying, he is so awesome. Thank you. Reminder of the strength card and to go with the flow. Absolutely, Tanya. And Nate says, thank you, Rene. That was very helpful. This deck is, hey, the Field Tarot. What I like about this deck, Nate, is that it is a little bit Thoth based, but it doesn't, if you're afraid of Thoth, if you're not familiar with the head of Thoth, this is a good intro into Thoth without fully immersing yourself in Thoth. And I love the artwork. It's a little bit modern. It's a little bit fabulous. So I mean, just look at that Lover's card. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love this deck. And I love the cardstock too. It is a little bit glossy, you can see, but not excessively. I do. I just absolutely adore. Now, what I am excited about, and I'm digressing a little bit, as I do. This is the Field Tarot, and towards the end of the year, the Field Oracle is coming out, and I'm super excited about that. I was going to back the Kickstarter, but she said that she's doing a limited run on Kickstarter, but it is going mass market, so I'm holding out for mass market. But I'm so super excited. Cannot wait for the Field Oracle. Cannot tell you how excited I am. Anyway, I digress. Samantha says, thank you, and I understand 100%. And no, I'm not losing my mind. That's good, my darling. That's good. Right. Scrolling up, Claire. Let's have a look. So, Claire, are you well, my darling? Let's shuffle some cards. General reading for Claire, please, Spirit. Message for Claire, please, Spirit. Anything that Claire needs to know. Anything that's important or significant for Claire, please. Whoopsie. Claire, you've got the 8 of discs that flipped, but I'm not paying attention to the flipped ones because that's just me with my bad shuffling, especially after a busy day like today. Okie dokie. Let's see, message for Claire. What do you need to know tonight, my darling? What is important and significant? Claire, we've got the 2 of discs, which is the card of change, and we've also got the card of the Fool, new beginnings. So that's quite interesting because, Claire, this is saying to you, and I know your life is quite comfortable, okay? Your daily activities, the way things are, the way things happen, like everything's in its flow and everything's working quite well the way that you need or the way that you want it to. So these changes that are coming through now may feel a little bit like, no, I'm not really ready for change. I'm not really wanting or looking for change. But we've got the Two of Discs, which has changed. But the Two of Discs is also a case of finding your balance, finding your footing, finding your flow, okay? And the way that you're going to find your flow amongst all the craziness, the busyness, the activities in your life is to start trusting in new situations and circumstances. So, Claire, the message that's coming through for you here quite strongly is to go with the flow, to not, I'm just trying to get these, I can't work backwards. It doesn't work in my head. This is clearly a message for me as well, Claire. It's like just embrace what the situation is. Go with the flow. Trust that it'll all work out. Trust that it'll all be okay. But as long as you are making sure that you've got your balance, as long as you're making sure that you've got everything that you need and that you're not putting too much focus onto one area and no focus on other areas. So we've got the change, or as I like to call it, the balance card over here for you, Claire. And it's basically saying to you, we need to make sure that everything stays even. We need to make sure that if you're spending time with the family, that you're spending the equal amount of time on other tasks that are equally important. We mustn't allow ourselves to get into that situation where we've got too much time and energy in one thing and not enough time and energy in another. And if there are any new beginnings, new opportunities, new situations, or new circumstances that come your way, please grab them, okay? Grab them, Claire, because there seems to be a lot of this new energy, new exciting energy for you. And even if it's a little bit strange and peculiar and out of your comfort zone, go for it. Absolutely go for it, because this is looking very, very positive for you. Okay, so embrace the change, embrace the new, embrace the exciting differences. And even if it doesn't make sense, and even if it feels a little bit awkward and a little bit peculiar, just go for it. Just allow it to happen, and you'll have everything that your heart desires and so much more. So lots of love and blessings, Claire. Lots of love and blessings. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that helps and guides you on your journey. Good. Good, good, good. Safanella, it's your turn. It's your turn. So Safanella says, may I have a surprise message? Oh, I like. Oh, I like. Life has been colorful. Oh, bless you, my darling. I love the way that you're asking your question tonight. I love that. Okay. So let's give the cards a proper shuffle so that we can have a surprise, colorful message for Safanella tonight, please, Spirit. Message for Safanella from a bright and beautiful field tarot. Let's have a look. Message for Safanella, please. A surprise message that is uplifting, that is happy, that is motivating, and that is enthusiastic. Some good news. Could use some good news for Safanella. Let's see what comes through. What's coming through, Spirit, for Safanella tonight? Something relevant, important, and significant. Okay, I'm happy with the shuffle cutting over there. Card number 1. Look at that. Power. Power. I love it. Power. Second card for Safanella. Love. You asked for it, girl. You asked for it, whoopsie. And that's exactly what you're getting. All right. I'm trying to get them to stand straight. So the first card we have is the King of Discs. Now, let me tell you, he is so fabulous. He knows exactly who he is. He feels very confident and very comfortable. You can see the way that he's sitting there, and he's got the world on his lap. So he's very comfortable in himself, very comfortable in his skin. He knows exactly what he's capable of doing. He doesn't have this urge to prove himself. He doesn't feel this urge to explain himself or to prove himself to anybody. Now, I want you to picture and imagine a crowded room, lots of people. When there's a crowded room full of lots of people, you know you've got a lot of egos, and you've got a lot of personalities, and you've got a lot of people trying to prove themselves. Now, if you look, sitting on a chair just over there, there's a guy who's just sitting so comfortably. He looks so sexy, and he's just sitting there watching the crowd. And you just can't take your eyes off him. That is this guy. And you know what? This is you, my darling. I'm not saying that you are a man, but I'm saying how confident you are, how you just have this aura about you, this energy about you that commands respect, that everybody looks at you and goes, this person knows who they are. This person knows what they're about. This person doesn't need an introduction. When you walk into the room, there's just this energy. Okay, that is the King of Discs, and that is who you are. We have the Love card. Now, when we talk about the Ace of Cups, when we talk about new emotions, you've got to understand that an emotion happens after a thought. Okay? Emotions always follow thought. So here we have this thought of confidence, of charisma, of sexiness, of comfortableness. I'm making up words now. Comfortableness. Okay. So we have all of this happening there. And because you're suddenly feeling, because you've shifted, and suddenly, even if it's pretend, even if it's not real, but you are commanding attention at the moment. So in your current relationships, in your current situations with other people, there are going to be, like, every single relationship is now on a different level. Every single connection that you have with another person is just suddenly on a different level. And that's what's going on here, because you are confident, comfortable, happy. Okay. And even if you've got trouble in your life, even if you've got a little bit of chaos in your life, this is basically saying to you, because you've paid attention to yourself, because you've worked on yourself, because you've taken control of your circumstances and your situations, all your relationships are elevated. All your relationships are going to be deeper, more meaningful, have more purpose, have more function. You're not going to have these cold, surface level kind of friendships and connections. And when it comes to romantic relationships, they definitely also going to be on a deeper level. So everything, you are fabulous. You didn't need me to tell you that. You are fabulous. And your relationships are definitely on a different level at the moment. And that is fabulous. Fabulous. You are fabulous. So how's that for a good message? Was that a good surprise message for you, my darling? I hope it resonates with you. I hope it makes sense to you. Lots of love and blessings to you. That was fun. I enjoyed that. All right, Lee, my precious darling, I have been thinking about you the whole week, wondering how you're doing. So Lee says, how can I overcome my blockage? And curiosity jumps out at the deck. How can I overcome my blockage, my recurring lessons? What is the lesson? Who does it involve? And how or what can I do to learn it? Move forward and pay attention to warnings. Gosh, that's deep, Lee. That is deep. Let's have a look and see. Whoops, 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 whoops. What flipped? Movement. All right. So, Lee, my darling, let's have a look and see what. The first thing I'm going to focus on is the blockage. Okay. So, let's see if the tarot will identify the blockage. So, because that's the first part of your question. And I think everything revolves around the blockage. So, your first question, Lee, is how can I overcome my blockage, the recurring lessons? So, let's first of all identify what is the blockage and what is the recurring lesson. So, that's the first thing that we're going to do for you. And then we will draw a second card to give us guidance on everything else. So blockage is temperance, balance. The blockage is balance, my darling. And for the third time tonight, we have the Hierophant, which is about the learning and the lessons and the experience and, all of that kind of thing. All right, so Lee, temperance. Let's look at temperance. Here we have a lady sitting on the beach because she's in Durban, like you. Just got to put that in there. She's in Durban like you. She's sitting on the beach. Notice that she's only got the bottom half of her body covered. The top half of her body is open and exposed. In each hand, she holds a singing bowl. Okay, she holds a bowl in each hand, and the bowls contain something. They contain a liquid, they contain an energy, a life force, whatever it may be. She's looking out at the ocean, but notice that the one hand is higher than the other hand. You can see here that this hand is higher than this hand. All right. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to find her balance. She's trying to find her flow. She's trying to find, like, where do I throw my attention? Where do I put my energy? What is it that matters most to me? And I honestly, Lee, looking at your situation, looking at your question, you want calm, tranquil serenity. You want, smooth ocean kind of waves. That's what you yearn for. That's what you long for. But it's almost like when things are too calm, you have this, I'm going to call it this tendency to do something that brings through spikes, brings through chaos, brings through upheaval. Okay. So there's a part of you that wants the simpler, easier life, but there's a part of you that's finding it difficult to let go of the chaos. Do you understand? And that's the blockage. The blockage is to find how much chaos and how much simplicity, how much of that will bring you the content, happiness that you're looking for. The Hierophant here is also telling you to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things, okay? Because again, in trying to find your simplicity, in trying to find your happiness, you are tending to overcomplicate, which is bringing about the chaos. It's also a case of being very mindful and aware of the people that you surround yourself with. I am going to say to you with the Hierophant card, though, is that we do need to bring religion into it, because our religion and our belief system and our cultural belief system sets our foundation. And if we have a rocky foundation, we are going to never find the peace that we're looking for. So, Lee, my darling, how can you overcome your blockage or your recurring lessons? By learning them, by being honest with yourself around what it is that you want, how you want it, what does it look like, and what you're prepared to do or what you're not prepared to do for it. Okay? What is the lesson, and who does it involve? You know what? Everything is about you, my darling. Yes, you've got people in your life. Yes, you've got circumstance in your life. Yes, you've got situation in your life. But if you are not balanced, if you are not happy, if you are not content, this will just keep happening over and over and over again. We have to come back to basics. We have to come back to core self. Core self. So you've got a lot on your plate. And you've got to ask yourself, everything that's on your plate, is it there because you want it to be there? Is it there because you feel obligated? Is it there because you feel like you don't have a choice? And then you've got to ask yourself, all right, what am I prepared to hold on to? And what can I let go of? And then let it go. Again, the challenge with you, and I can say this because I know you, the challenge with you is that you don't want to let anybody down. You don't want to disappoint anybody. You don't want to hurt anybody, but you want a happy life. But you don't want to hurt anybody, but you want a happy life. But I don't want to hurt anybody, but I want a happy life. And we go up and down, up and down, up and down, that same scenario over and over and over again. So, what can you do to learn it, to move forward and pay attention to the warnings? It comes back here, my darling. It comes back to this Temperance card. And I mean, she is just so gorgeous, isn't she? But it's about finding your center, finding your flow, finding yourself, and not letting anyone or anything knock you off, not letting anyone or anything throw you out. You've got to know your truth, stick to your truth, have boundaries around your truth, understand that your foundation is the strength. And if we build, pointing to the wrong card, if we build a house on sand, it's going to fall over. But if you build your house on a concrete base, it's going to be solid. So let's get back to basics. Let's go back to, who are you? What are you? What makes you happy? What are the things that matter most to you? And where does it come from? What are the moral understandings behind it? And if you can answer those questions for yourself, all your problems are going to go away. All your lessons will go away, and you will have better life force energy coming in your direction. You understand? Lots of love to you, my darling. Lots of love to you. Okie dokie. Cece, it's your turn. Cece, it's your turn. So Cece says, may I have a general reading, a general message, anything that needs to come through? Thanks, right? I'm just highlighting with my mouse so that I don't lose it. And I want to just quickly scroll down and see if I have missed any important conversations or comments. Claire said, Ha ha ha, that backwards thing would freak me out. I'm completely freaked out. Just know that. Completely freaked out. All right. I'm really trying to balance work and family and to try and give more of myself for my family. So I will look out for signs for change. That's good, Claire. And Claire says, I think my new job will show many great opportunities to move within the company. Yes, you see, the change is coming, my darling Claire, it's coming. Safanelli says, thank you. Just finished a 4-month stint with antidepressants and sleeping pills. And you know what? Nothing wrong with sleeping pills and antidepressants. I mean, let's be honest, 90% of the human population are using, needing, and can't exist without those because life is pretty hard at the moment. So if you're out of a 4-month stint, that means that you're finished with it. That means that you're done with it. But I am going to tell you, Safanelli, be kind to yourself. Okay, don't put crazy pressure on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself, and allow yourself space to grow and space to achieve the things that you want to and the things that you need to. So lots of love to you. Samantha says, such a great message, Safanella. And Tanya says, well done, Safanella. Hope you're feeling like your strong, powerful self again. And Angelique, hello and welcome. I think it's the first time we're seeing you. Welcome, my darling. So nice to have you join us tonight. If this is your first time joining us with the live readings, pop your question into the chat. I do them in order, and we're having a bit of technical challenges tonight. So the camera is backwards. So my right is your left. Something like that. I don't know. So I'm not really coping very well with it, but we're doing our best. So I hope you are well, Angelique. Nice to have you join us. Pop a question and we will do them in order. I'm scrolling up in the chat to find my highlighted one, and it was for Cece. So Cece, hello, and welcome. Let's see what message comes through, because Cece says, may I have a general message, please? Anything that needs to come through. Okay, so Spirit, message for Cece, please. What message does Cece need tonight? What is important and significant? Anything important and significant for Cece, please, Spirit. Let's see what comes through. Okay, happy with that shuffle. I keep looking at my arm thinking I've got a bruise or something, but I'm not. It's like the little mark, and every time I look down, it's not there. So it's coming out my peripheral vision. Cece, we have got 4 of discs. Let me put it where everybody can see it. 4 of discs and the Princess of Cups. So what we have for you here, I mean, first of all, isn't this artwork just gorgeous? I just love this deck. So Cece, the message that we have here with the 4 of discs is about stability. It's about control. It's about everything having a place and everything being in its place. So it's basically saying to you at the moment, be very mindful of the actions and the decisions that you're making in your life at the moment, and question everything. Ask yourself, am I making these choices? Am I making these decisions for my best interest, for the best interest of those around me? Or am I just holding on to everything because it just feels safer to hold on to things? So the 4 of discs is telling you that, remember, everything is interconnected, everything is interwoven, everything is so if you stop one aspect of your life, it will have a knockoff effect or impact on other areas of your life. Just as if you give too much freedom and too much movement in one area, it's going to have a knockoff effect on everything else as well. So it's about that balance. It's about that flow. It's about finding your footing, finding your feet, finding your space in what is relevant and important in your life. And I think for you at the moment, Cece, the focus needs to be on stability. The focus needs to be on how much is enough. Okay, we tend to have this kind of mindset of needing to do more, needing to push the envelope, needing to prove ourselves and prove to others and validate our existence. But this particular card is saying to you, this is the first card, even though it's on the wrong side on your screen, but this is Spirit saying to you, understand when enough is enough. Understand how much is enough, and don't offer any more than or any less. Don't hold back unnecessarily as well. And then with the Princess of Cups, Cece, this is Spirit saying to you that you've denied yourself your dreams recently. You've denied yourself your desires recently. So it's like in life at the moment for you, it's like I'm going to take the simple, clear, simple, easy route. I'm not going to take any risks. I'm not going to allow myself an opportunity to color outside the lines. But actually the message that's coming through is give only enough, but allow yourself the opportunity to color outside the lines if that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what's important to you. Okay, so don't hold yourself back and deny yourself happiness, joy, and success. Don't do that to yourself. Allow yourself to color outside the lines, allow yourself to be a little bit more flamboyant, allow yourself to be a little bit more out there. Okay, and without being worried about the consequences, because the consequences are restricting you and holding you back. And right now what you need is freedom, free reign. All right, so the message for you, Cece, quite an interesting one. It's about finding your center, finding how much is enough, how much is too much, how much to hold back, how much to give, but at the same time without denying yourself the ability to have a little bit of fun and to be a little bit reckless as well. All right, lots of love and blessings to you, Cece. Lots of love and blessings. And next on the list is Shannon. Shannon, my darling, it's so nice to see you. So nice to hear from you. And thank you so much for the donations. Really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. I still don't understand what I've done that you're able to join us, but that's okay. You're here, and that's all that matters. When I have technology challenges, apparently it works in the favor of some. So that's awesome. So Shannon says, I can't talk, but I can listen. Anything for me would be grateful. So let's see, Shannon. Message for Shannon tonight, please, Spirit. Anything that Shannon needs to know, anything that Shannon needs to hear, anything of importance and significance for our dear friend Shannon. Vibrancy jumped out. Let's cut the deck. Card number 1 for Shannon, we have got the 5 of Discs, which talks about feeling a little bit left out and feeling a little bit uncomfortable, feeling a little bit alone and a little bit unhappy, okay? And then the card next to it is the 9 of Wands, which is also a card of a little bit of overwhelm. So Shannon, it looks to me like when I look at these two cards, Spirit's sort of saying to you, you're finding life, just generally speaking, a little bit tough, a little bit hard, a little bit complicated right now, okay? And I know you're not a complicated person. You've got such a beautiful heart. You've got such a beautiful soul. And all you ever want to do is to be happy and to give to others. But it seems like it's all becoming just a little bit too much for you at the moment. I do want to say to you with these two cards that have come through for you, it's almost like Spirit is saying to you, we need to make sure that we don't get too caught up here. Now, if I remember correctly, Shannon, and I think it was last year or even the year before, I can't remember, you had some surgeries and you had some health issues and things like that. And I'm wondering if this isn't maybe somehow connected to that. So I'm going to say to you, Shannon, try not to push yourself too much. Understand that there are limits and there are restrictions. Understand that there are challenges that you may need to overcome, that you may need to resolve, that you may need to fix. But don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself to do it all at once. There are obviously things that you're concerned about. There are obviously things that are worrying you. Stress comes through in a big way with these two cards. I want to just see what's lying underneath. Okay, so the card that's lying underneath what we call the shadow card here is the 9 of Discs. So you've got the 2 9s that are coming through, but 2 opposite 9s. And I say that because 9s generally, if you look at a numerology, 9s is about completion and attainment and happiness and joy. But this particular 9 is not really about that. This particular 9 is like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm fed up, I'm irritated. When's it going to stop? When can I quit? When are things going to get easier? So you've got 2 stress cards, 2 cards feeling overwhelmed, feeling like it's all just a little bit much. But then what lies underneath, what lies in the shadows, here we have the beautiful 9 of Discs, which is the card of abundance, which is the card of happiness and joy. It's what I like to refer to as the card of opulence. Opulence is such a fabulous word. I love it. I love opulence because opulence says, I have all this extra and all this fabulous and I feel good and everything is wonderful in my life. So I am going to say to you, Shannon, right now, you seem to be struggling with something. You seem to be finding a difficulty with something, but it is temporary, okay? It's not going to last long, and soon you're going to be out of the difficulties, out of the hardships, away from the stress, away from the anxiety, and things are going to start improving and looking much better for you quite quickly. So don't allow yourself to get caught up or stuck in this mindset, in this experience. Recognize that when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling like, can I face this day? Can I get through the troubles? Can I get through my stress? Yes, you can. You will. And it's going to be much better really, really soon. I hope that makes sense to you, my darling. Sending you lots of love and blessings from this side of the world to your side of the world. Take care of yourself. See lots and lots and lots of love. And thank you for joining us tonight. I still don't know how, but thank you. We'll figure it out later. Sugantha, my darling, it's your turn. Let me highlight your question here so that I can find it easily. Just want to scroll down for a second just to read. Just reading some comments. Samantha says, wishing all a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you, Rene. It's such a pleasure, Samantha. Lots of love. Tanya says, I saw your Conversation with Spirit video series. How did I miss this? Looks so interesting. Have 5 episodes to catch up on. Yay! Binge watching. Oh my gosh. I love my Conversations with Spirit because I don't plan and I don't actually know what's going to happen. And generally, if I do have a bit of idea of how it's going to work, it's the complete opposite. But one recording, one take, there's no editing. You get what you get. And it's been amazing. I've enjoyed it. Lee says, I usually do a few things at the same time. As soon as Rene started with my question, I was stuck and just focused on the message. Extremely powerful. Oh, thank you, my darling. Lots of love. Cece, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Okay, and Angelique, I see your question. Thank you. I will get onto it just now. Gosh, the temperature is rising in the room. I'm getting hot. Okay, so Sugantha, let's shuffle and let's see the message that comes through for you tonight. Sugantha says, may I have a message from Spirit? As I was driving home now, I was thinking I should hand in my resignation. Feel like I'm going nowhere slowly besides in a big hole. Is it a good idea or bad idea? Is there a job on the cards for me soon in Joburg? All right, let's have a look and see what's coming through for you, Sugantha, my darling, around this situation. Okay, so we have got the 5 of Discs, which just came out for Shannon, and now it's coming out for you. And then we have got the 6 of Discs. So you've got the 5 and the 6 of Discs coming through for you. Now, let me explain to you. The 5 of Discs is the card of struggle. It's the card of hardship. It's the card of difficulties, of challenges, of, all of those kind of things, which is exactly what you're facing at the moment. And then we go to the 6. Now, they're both in the same suit, and they're following. I'm just trying to get the cards to be straight. They're following on from each other. So we're going from a 5, we're going to a 6. 5 is the card, like I said, of challenges, of difficulties, of hardships. And 6 is the card of generosity and kindness and giving and being, thoughtful and considerate and all of those kind of things. So they're also very opposite in their interpretation and in their messages that come through. So Sugantha, for you, I get that you're struggling at the moment. I get that you're finding it really, really difficult. We need to make sure that, the decisions and the actions and the things that you do are done with the right intentions. I know you're struggling. I know it's been a very long time of struggle, a long time of hardship, a long time of challenge and difficulties. And I get that you're at a point now where it's like, I need something to change. I need something to change. I need something to change. With the 6 of Discs, though, I really feel like your function, your job, your situation should be one where you are giving to others, sharing with others. You've got so much knowledge. You've got so much understanding. You've got so much compassion. Your industry that you're in, the work that you're doing, I feel like you could teach so many, so much. I honestly feel like you could teach so many, so much. And where you're at the moment, it's like we want to make sure that we don't rush any decisions or any choices or anything. We need to make sure that we are being selective in the way forward, in the way that you move. So is it a good idea, bad idea to resign? I think it's both. I think it's both a good idea and a bad idea. I think, though, what needs to happen, though, before you make that final decision, before you decide yay or nay, yes or no, I think what you need to do is you need to ask yourself, why are you feeling so overwhelmed in your work situation at the moment? What is it about it that's not working for you? Are you just giving too much of yourself? Because honestly, that's what I feel. I feel like you are trying so hard to be accepted, to be valued, to be appreciated, to be wanted, needed, desired within the work environment, that you are just giving too much of yourself. And we've got to find that balance of how much is enough and how much is too much, too little, whatever it may be. So I feel like you need to pull back. And if you can pull back ever so slightly, you may find yourself not feeling so left out, so frustrated, so disappointed, and so angry. So I honestly think for you, my darling, it's a case of less is more. And it's so interesting. Today I finished recording the August Taroscopes, and less is more were words that I heard myself say out of the 12 zodiac signs. I think I said it in 8 of them. It like I kept, why am I saying it again? Why am I saying it again? It seems to be a theme for everybody in August. Less is more. We need to take this pressure off of being perfect and achieving greatness and success and abundance. And Sugantha, for you, you've been suffering for such a long time. You've been struggling for such a long time. I really do think for you, when it comes to the work environment, less is more. Don't feel under pressure to do more than is absolutely necessary. Pull back, give yourself a chance to rest. But I said I feel like it's both a good idea and a bad idea. I'm actually leaning right now that it would be a bad idea. I'm feeling like one more month. Wait, one more month. Let's get through August. I think August for everybody is going to be massive. I feel like a consciousness shift is happening in the month of August. And I feel like everybody is going to come out of August a completely different individual, a completely different person. So I am going to say to you, Sugantha, for you at the moment, just pull back. Just do as little as you need to. Do the bare minimum that you need to get through the situation, and let everything else just figure itself out. At the end of August, we can relook at it. All right. Lots of love and blessings to you, my darling. I really do hope that your circumstances improve really, really soon. Sending you so much love. Tracy B. Hello, Tracy B. I am very behind in the chat, I'm sure. Everything is upside down and topsy-turvy. Everything is upside down and topsy-turvy. You are so welcome, Shannon, my darling. So welcome. So, Gunther, I see Tanya has asked you a question. I don't even remember, otherwise I would answer. Yes, and as Claire says, you get what you get. Made me think of, and don't be upset, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rightio, let's go to Tracy B. But I'm going to drink my boring water. Look at me drinking water tonight. I've actually had crazy amounts of tea and coffee today, which is why I opted for water for a change. So Tracy B says, hello all. Hope you are all doing well. Hi, Rene. May I have any message? Of course you can, my darling. Of course you can. Let's see what message wants to come through for Tracy Bingham tonight. Message for Tracy, please, Spirit. What's important and significant for Tracy to know right here and now from the beautiful Field Tarot. Message for Tracy tonight, please, Spirit. Message for Tracy, please. Whoopsie. Yeah, let's do that. 2 cards popped. Let's take them because I like them. Right, so Tracy, the first card we have for you is the 6 of Cups. How cute is Bambi? Hey, just look at that. If I can hold it in the right place. How cute is Bambi? So you've got the 6 of Cups as the first card, and the second card is the 6 of Wands. Look at you go with your 6s. So try and get the cards to stand straight. Oh my gosh, I need to fix this camera. All right, so Tracy, card number 1, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is about thinking back to an easier time, reminiscing, pondering life, pondering circumstance, pondering, just obviously life is complicated right now. Things are not quite working out the way that you wanted, expected, hoped, dreamed, desired. So there are, I don't want to say challenges around every corner, but you certainly are experiencing some complications, okay? But you are the Bambi. You are so delicate, delicate is the word that I'm going to use. But also, the little Bambi is also somebody who scares easily. So there's always this kind of, and if you think about a little deer, a little Bambi out in nature, they're very skittish. Skittish is the word that I'm hearing in my head right now. So when there's a rustle of leaves, they suddenly jump and they're ready to run and they're ready to jump and they're ready to hide and they're ready to go. And it's because they've been sheltered. They've had such a simple, easy existence, and everything's been safe. And then suddenly, when they hear noises, they're quick to respond and quick to react. But they need to know that they are safe and that they're secure. So for you, my friend Tracy, this is Spirit sort of saying to you, you want everything to work out, and everything is going to work out, but you're putting too much pressure on yourself. You need to recognize that you are safe, that you are protected, and everything's going to work out exactly as it needs to. You do have the success card. And I mean, just look at her in her pose, hands on hips. Have you heard of that power pose? They say if you ever need confidence with anything, stand like that, feet firmly on the ground, hands on your hips, chin up. And if you stand like that, I think they say for 3 minutes, and it really does. It releases the endorphins and I don't know, all the other funny stuff that we have, and it just makes you feel more confident. And I mean, she is just fabulous. Just look at her in her fabulousness. So, in all honesty, your situation is still young. Your situation hasn't quite revealed itself. You are safe, you are secure. You need to not think about the past, not think about how things have happened before. You need to trust that things will happen in the way that they need to, which is right for you, and that everything's going to work out exactly as it needs to. Success is yours. It's a done deal. It's absolutely a done deal. But you've got to recognize that it's not going to be as simple and easy as it was in the past. It's going to be different. And you know what? Embrace that power pose, girl, and just know that it's all going to be fabulous. Lots of love and blessings to you. Lots of love and blessings. I am loving all these messages tonight. We've got some awesome stuff that's been coming through. Tracy Swanepoel, she says there was another question. Oh, sorry, my darling, I obviously missed that. Any timeline on our move? Okay, let's have a look. I missed that. I do apologize, Tracy Swanepoel. Let's have, oh gosh, look at me go. Look at me go. 8 o'clock at night and she forgets how to shuffle cards. All right, Tracy Swanepoel, timeline on your move. Let's just have a quick look for you, if you're even still online. Timeline for your move. Here we have the 3 of Cups. So we're going to take the 3 because we were asking about a timeline, Tracy. We're going to take this as 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 something from now. Obviously not 3 years. So it's either going to be 3 weeks, but I think 3 weeks might be too soon. I don't know. 3 weeks would put you sort of middle of August. Otherwise, we're looking at, because we are now at the end of July. So if we look at August, September, October, so maybe October. Let's see. Because I'm taking it just from the number 3. Just from the number 3. Tammy, my darling Tammy, it's your turn. Hello, Tammy. I hope you are well. Let's have a look and see. Hi, Rene. I haven't had... No, let me start that again, because I'm reading strange words into what you are saying. Tammy says, hi, Rene. I have had a very frustrating week, and a very important person in my life is about to lose his daughter to cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, Tammy, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Was told yesterday there is nothing more that they can do. Very emotional. I'm so sorry, my darling. You know what? There are no words. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to pretend. It is the most awful thing in the world to know that somebody is going to die, and to know that there is nothing that you can do, and to literally just stand and watch. I am going to say to you, though, Tammy, I'm not going to draw cards on it, but I am going to say to you, though, the only thing that you can do, because obviously it's not your child, but the only thing that you can do for your friend, for an important person in your life, is just to be there for them unconditionally, to love them and support them unconditionally. What does that mean, though? Because it's so awkward. We never know what to say. We never know what to do. We always feel so socially under pressure to do something, to do the right thing. But what actually is that? And you know what it is? It's to just ask them. Are you okay? And is there anything I can do for you? To not put additional pressure on them as to, to provide details or to feel something. Don't try and make them laugh. Don't try and make them sad. Don't try and make them process any emotion. Just be there for them unconditionally. And the best thing that you can do is to listen. Ask, how are you? And then keep quiet and allow them to talk, even if it makes no sense, even if he speaks absolute gibberish, to just be there. Because, again, what happens in a situation like this is everybody's going to turn around to him and everybody's going to try and, offer advice and offer guidance. And, so he's under pressure now to pretend like he's holding it all together. He's under pressure now to pretend that everything's okay. When actually it isn't, when actually he's really struggling and he's really finding it difficult. So to maybe offer him a meal, offer him a beverage, an appropriate beverage depending on the situation, and then just give him the opportunity to either sit in silence if that's what he wants, or to express his emotions, and to just be there for him with no judgment and with no expectation. And if he's got questions about, what's it going to be like for her and, things like that, answer in the best way you can, but don't feel obligated to have all the answers either, but just support him unconditionally. That is the only thing that you can really do for him in this time. And then after the tragedy, after the inevitable, at that point, that's when you can really start helping him recover and heal. But in the meantime, while it's just a waiting game, just support him and love him unconditionally. Lots of love, my darling. If you want to, Tammy, you can please drop me a WhatsApp with his name and the child's name, his daughter's name, and I'll add them into my healing book. And I send out energy healing on a daily basis to everybody in that book. So if you want to send that to me, inbox me, however, and I'll add their names into the healing book. If I don't hear from you, I will just put there Tammy's friend and daughter. So, and that'll cover them. just to send positive energy, just to give them strength, to give them courage, to help them through the situation. Lots of love, my darling. Lots of love. Okie dokie. Let's scroll and see if I have missed anybody. Those conversations and messages I have already read. Okay. Angelique, I think it is your turn, but I just want to catch up on the chats. So Tanya they was asking Sugantha what industry she's in, and Claire says, just been told my cholesterol is too high. Join the club, girl. Who doesn't have high cholesterol these days? I was wondering why you're drinking water. You just said that you had too much tea and coffee. You know what? I do enjoy my water. I am a water drinker, but I am mostly a tea and coffee person. But like I say, today I think I've had 3 cups of coffee and 3 cups of tea already, and I drink out of those extra large. And I had just finished a cup of tea just before I came on, and that's why I decided I'll be a good girl and I'll drink some water for a change. No other reason, I promise you, my darling, no other reason. Sugantha says, thank you, Rene. I know I'm giving off too much of myself and feeling burned out. We'll hang in there a little bit longer. Good. I'm so glad you got that message, my darling. Tracy Bingham says, thank you, just what I needed to hear. And from our classes, both 6s are harmony. Both were 6 harmony. There we go. You understand. You understand. Sugantha says, Tanya currently took an admin position, resigned from being a customer service liaison officer, have HRM degree. Fancy. And over 10 years experience in the freight transport, bookkeeping, accounts. Okay, so Tanya will keep you in mind. Tammy says, thank you, Rene. Cece says, Rene, do you send healing to those who have passed on? Yes, I can. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, Cece, reach out to me, inbox me, WhatsApp me, email me, whichever method works, and I will add to the book. And it's just in my morning routine, in my morning kind of wake up, connect to spirit, switch on for the day kind of process. I do a Reiki, symbols, sigils, kind of whatever to the healing book. So anybody, so even if somebody's name has been in that book for 4 years, they're still getting from me on a regular basis. So you welcome anybody. It's open to everybody. And I just keep adding names to the list. And every morning I just send positive vibes, positive energy, just to help anybody through whatever they need to. And I don't see why we can't send it to those who've passed on, because sometimes they need help too. So absolutely, Cece, welcome to send through to me. Okay, so Angelique, hello, my darling, highlighting your question. Let's see what message comes through for you. So Angelique says, thank you for sharing. I have so much going on inside and out, don't we all, hey? Life is crazy at the moment. Trying to deal with depression and toxic work environment. Would love a message of guidance. You know what, my darling, it's actually so fascinating and so interesting, because toxic work environment is something I hear all the time from people every day. I think there's very few work environments that are not toxic, because work, just by extension of the word, is not fun. It's not exciting. It's not enthusiastic. It's not motivating. It's work. It's something we do begrudgingly. It's something we do because we have to. It's something we do because we feel obligated. We feel pressured. We feel, all of those kind of expectations and all of those kind of situations. So it is. And of course, then if you're in a toxic environment, of course, you're going to suffer from depression. If you're in a toxic environment and you're not suffering from depression, I'm going to look at you and go, what's wrong with you? But I am also going to say to you, even before I shuffle cards for you or draw out cards for you, and Angelique, that you need to understand that you've got to be kind to yourself. The toxic work environment is not a reflection on you, okay? It's not a reflection on you or what you've done wrong or what you've done right or how good you are or how bad you are or anything about you. The toxic work environment has got to do with the work environment. So I am going to tell you to be kinder to yourself and to have less expectations of yourself, considering you're in a toxic work environment. All right? So I hope that makes sense. But let's just draw cards for you on guidance around how to navigate this particular situation and circumstance for yourself. So shuffle the cards, cut the deck over there. Card number 1 that I have for you, Princess of Cups. She's already made an appearance once tonight, I think. And we also have the Retreat card, 8 of Cups. So you've got two Cups cards, which is immediately talking about emotions, which is immediately talking about the feelings, hence the depression, hence the overwhelm that you are experiencing at the moment. And as you started off your question by saying, I have so much going on inside and out. Internally, there's this like kind of chaos and train station, airplane flying in and out kind of situation going on. And then there's this external pressure of performance and success and accomplishment and achievement and money and family. And, it gets completely and utterly overwhelming. When I look at these 2 cards for you around your situation, Angelique, it's basically telling you, don't give up on your dreams, because I think you have. All right. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the things that mean something to you, the things that are important. Like, I want you to ask yourself, Angelique, 5 years ago, what were your dreams? What were your ambitions? What were the things that you hoped to achieve in life? What were you working towards? Okay. And how are you doing with that? Are you on track, or have you missed the boat completely? And I'm going to guess that you've missed the boat completely, because Spirit is saying to you, don't give up on your dreams, but recognize that sometimes it's important to walk away. Sometimes situations can be so bad that the only solution is removal. Not remove the situation, remove yourself from the situation. Because that's what this card is saying to you. This card is saying to you that the toxic work environment is never going to change. You are never going to change, because you are who you are. And if you can't cope in that toxic work environment, the only option that you have is to find a better, healthier work environment for yourself. And I know, easier said than done. Ask Sugantha, she'll tell you all about it, because she's been trying that for such a long time and she's not really succeeding. But I think in your particular case, Angelique, identify the situation. Ask yourself, have I given up on my dreams? Have I given up on who I actually am? How did I get into this situation? When did I get this job? When did this company become toxic? And how did I get stuck in this? Okay, ask those questions and then say to yourself, right, well, I can't fix it. I can't change it. I can't improve it. So maybe if it's not working for me, it's like oil and water. No matter how many times you shake the jar, they're not going to join. They're not going to blend. They're not going to be friends. They will always separate. They may come together very briefly and separate. You can shake and you can blend, you can shake, you can rattle and roll, you can do whatever you like. They're just not going to blend. And I think this is exactly the message for you, Angelique, is asking yourself, how much longer are you going to try and shake to make it blend? Or when are you just going to realize it's not going to happen? Because the Eight of Cups is telling you there comes a time where you just have to accept it's never going to work. It's never going to be okay. And you need to follow your dreams. You need to follow your passions. You need to follow the things that matter the most to you. Okay? Lots of love and blessings, my darling. Lots of love and blessings to you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a nudge. Why can't I pick up that one? A nudge that you need in your life right now. Okie dokie. I think that was everybody. Cece says, thanks, Rene. I have been wanting to send healing, good, loving energy to a family member who passed on and was just wondering. Of course, absolutely. So send me their details, my darling, and I will gladly add them to the book. So, friends, I have reached the bottom of the list. Thank you so much for all of you for being with me tonight. We are going to end off, stretching. Let's end off with pulling cards from here. Message for the collective, as I do each week. This is my combined Goddess Love, Goddess Oracle deck. So this will be a message for the collective, a message for each one. Sorry, Angelique says 100% exactly the same message that I've received from all my other sources. So there we go. That's confirmation for you that it's time for you to make the change and to do the things that you need to. So lots of love. Right, Goddess Love, Goddess Dream. Let's get a message for the collective. A message for everybody who is still watching, who is still here with us tonight. Message to guide us through the next week, to help us stay focused and stay committed. We've got bravery to stay focused and stay committed on all the things that are important and significant until we meet again next week, Wednesday. Same time, same place, hopefully better technology situation. Right, so bravery jumped out. I'm going to accept bravery jumping out, and I'm also going to take authenticity. So let's have a look at the bravery card. Obviously, the writing is backwards for you. It says, explore your inner wild places. And I think that message has come through quite strongly for all of us tonight. You know, we all need to question who we are, where we are, what we are, why we are. We all need to be very much aware of ourselves, our circumstances, and our situations. We need to accept that, you know, sometimes admitting the truth, we need to be brave in order to do that. And it's not about admitting the truth to other people. It's not about sharing it with other people. It's about admitting the truth to ourselves. Because if we don't admit the truth to ourselves, if we're not brave in speaking truth to ourselves, then who are we fooling? Who are we dealing with? It's important that we do that for ourselves. And then the second card that I drew is authenticity. And it says, let your truth be heard. I mean, hello. Like, honestly, you know what I say, friends? I can't make this stuff up. I spoke about this card, what felt right, what came to me, what I heard from Spirit, and then we get the confirmation. Even though I'd already drawn that, but I hadn't read the text across the bottom. So authenticity is telling you to let your truth be heard. So friends, for each one of you that joined tonight, for each one of you that have watched and participated and enjoyed the sessions tonight, just be true to yourself, okay? No matter what it is, whether it's your home situation, your work situation, your finance, your emotions, your spiritual, whatever it is, be true to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? Find happiness within your own heart space first before worrying about external circumstances and situations. Because if you don't love yourself, how can anybody else love you? If you're not being honest and true to yourself, how can anybody else be honest and true to you? So let's be brave as we deal with things from a level or a place of authenticity. Oh, It's the end of the day. The mind and the mouth are not friends. They're not talking. Be kind to yourself, but be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself, because you are the only person that matters in your life. Everybody else comes second. Okay? Everybody else comes second. Put you first. Be true to yourself first. Speak your truth first. Be brave. Where's brave? Be brave in the way that you handle it. And if you can do that, friends, I promise you, your troubles will halve. Your problems, your challenges will halve instantly, and you will feel more confident and more capable of making good choices and good decisions. So thank you for being with me tonight. I do appreciate all your love and support. My members, you are all, you know that you are my family, and I love my Wednesday evenings with you. I don't know what went wrong tonight. I'm hoping we'll figure it out now. But thank you to everybody for joining me. Thank you to everybody for being with me. And until we connect next week, Wednesday night, same time, same place. As always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, everybody. Good night and sleep tight. I don't even know where to end it. Where's the end button? We may have to spend the whole night together because I can't find the end button. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're all too funny. I say you're all too funny, but I'm laughing at myself. All right. I found it. Lots of love, everybody. Good night. Sleep tight.